Trent's gaze flew over the tea service. It wasn't the most elaborate spread, but given that they'd been travelling all day it seemed adequate. On days when Trent had been boxing or riding all afternoon, Mrs. Harris brought out cold meat and bread with the evening tea. Perhaps travelling was more strenuous for a woman than it was for him. "Are you still hungry? I can have something more substantial sent up from the kitchens." "What? Oh no, it's not that. Well, I don't know where my room is." Her voice was so quiet he almost couldn't hear what she said, and then he wished he hadn't because her words made him feel like the veriest dolt. Of course she didn't know where her room was. She had barely seen more than the front hall. He cleared his throat and set his teacup back on the tray. "It's not that late yet. Would you like a tour of the—" "Yes, please." Trent chuckled at how fast she'd jumped at his offer. It reminded him of the day he had taken up residence in the house 2 years prior. He'd spent the entire first day wandering room to room, trying to adjust to the fact that it was all his now. Granted, some of the furniture was shabby and very little of the decor was in the current fashions, but it was his, and that had made him feel like a proper adult for the first time. He'd even set up a study. Not that he did much more than answer correspondence in it, but still he had one. He rose, surprised to find his hands were a bit sweaty at the prospect of showing his new bride around the house. What if she didn't like it? Perhaps he should have spent the last 3 weeks in London fixing up the house. No, she'd probably want to decorate everything herself anyway. His mother always did. Not to mention there wasn't much he'd have been able to do sitting on a sofa with his ankle propped up. "Obviously, this is the drawing room." He swung his arm in a wide arc, indicating the room they were occupying. As her head swiveled to take in the faded green silk wall coverings, he tried to surreptitiously wipe his hands on his trousers before offering her his arm. "It's very green." Trent laughed. "It's at least a decade past needing redecorating. You can take care of that if you wish. I've never had much use for the room before, so I've left it as it was when I acquired the house." "It's a very nice place for a bachelor." She stood and slid her hand into his elbow. "I know. Griffith inherited it, and since he didn't need 2 homes in London, he gave this one to me." There was more to the story than that, of course, but it all seemed like a bit much to get into with Adelaide right now, so he left it alone. His wife blinked up at him. "That was very nice of him." Wasn't that the kind of things families did for each other? In his experience it was, but the older he got, the more he realized that his family might not fit in with the aristocratic norm, or any norm for that matter. "Yes, it was." He cleared his throat, wondering how to explain his family to Adelaide, or if he even needed to. She'd discover it on her own soon enough. His mother and sisters would shower her with more affection than she could handle. Once he got around to telling them he had gotten married. "The dining room is through there." On and on the tour went.